Hello everybody and welcome. I am the Beat-Up Plan and once again we return to our Sun in Shadow estate within the darkest dungeon. And by the title you can see that I want to focus on some of the mods that I have been playing with, and I want to give them some love here, some credit, because I think some of them are absolutely fantastic. Mainly I've been playing with the mods created by Marvin Seo, and this mod maker has created specifically 5 classes to be added to Darkest Dungeon. And all of them feel like they could be in this realm, in this world of Darkest Dungeon. There are mods out there that also look fantastic, but that take also animations from other classes. And even though it's like a rework, a repaint, or whatever you want to call it, you do sometimes see what animation was used, but not for these ones. These mods. You will see the Falconer moment, and also all kinds of unique animations, and also for this guy, the Thrall, as well as for the Seraph, as well as for the Lamia, as well as for the Sisters. Now, I think some of them work better than others together in a party, and I wanted to start mainly with the Falconer, because this is, I believe, the first class he made. Then afterwards I want to focus on the Lamia, because I enjoyed her a lot, but I will try to do that in combination with probably the Seraph, or perhaps the Sisters. I'll have to see, because in this one I'm also going to focus on the Thrall. The Thrall wasn't his second class, by my knowledge, and if I'm wrong please feel free to correct me, but the Falconer I almost know for sure it was the first. So before I begin anything, I want to say something about the Lamia. I already said in the last episode, I think I got some lore confused, and it has absolutely 100% to do with playing Dungeons and Dragons. In Dungeons and Dragons, a Lamia, unless you're looking at Pathfinder who has a Lamia matriarch, Lamias are half female, half lion. That is not the proper Greek mythology. Now, let me quote here something that a wonderful watcher of mine sent to me, because I love lore. Lamia, she was a human at first, but some dreadful tragic happened to her. Her children were destroyed by Hera, and that is because Zeus slept with her. Yeah, Zeus, the old guy, he is once again involved. And Hera, well, in the end she, let me see here, cursed Lamia and became became a child-eating monster, disfigured from the torment and transformed into a terrifying being that devoured other people's kids. Now, Zeus wasn't really going to let this happen. He blessed her with the ability of shape-shifting, and then she can shed her skin from being a flawless, beautiful woman to being this monster. But that's truly what a Lamia is. And by the way, I also was talking about Medusas and Gorgons. That's actually another creature. Medusa is actually a single creature, who was a Gorgon, who are, by the way, just like a little bit the seams here, as you can perhaps see in the background because this artwork is beautiful. Also a sea creature, but not like the Lamia. By the way, that I am confused is not too crazy, because if you look at her Crimson Core trinket, that is also called the Gorgon Shroud, and a Lamia isn't a Gorgon. But yeah, it gets confusing sometimes. Greek mythology, it's deep, it's a lot. You may get things confused. So, having restored that, the proper lore about the Lamia, let's focus on the classes that I want to focus on today. The Falconer. What is a Falconer? Well, the Falconer, in my view and what I have seen from it, it has 2 functions. Mainly, it can be a damage dealer. Now, you can clearly see with having here -10 damage and here HP and dodge chance, I clearly didn't set it up to be a damage dealer, and there's a reason for that, and I will come back to it. You do have extra damage versus marked, which may remind you of, hey, that looks a little bit like the Arbalist. True, but there's a self buff that gives a lot of dodge and speed, dodge tanking much like a Houndmaster, but then the class comes into its own with very truly uniquely type of things to do. Eye Thief. You can bypass stealth, de-stealth the target, mark the target, and give it a -10 accuracy debuff. Of course, it all has to land, but yeah, that's quite interesting. Flurry for attacking all the three fronts. We shuffle them. We give them movement resistance, so they shuffle it a little bit easier. They give them stun resistance, all debuffs by the way. So not resistance, but it's a debuff on the resistance. And a -10 accuracy resistance. We can clear a stun and give a little bit of less stress. And give ourselves give the target extra speed. Here's again damage on all the three in the back. And this is your escape thing if you're in the front and you're like, oh shoot, I don't want to be here. I don't want to use this often. This is when you are going to get shuffled. I hope we just don't get shuffled. I have her here with, the quirk, which gives me protections, but a lot of dodge on her and a lot of HP on her. And I'm using clear stun, which you might consider, that's not the best skill, it seems. True, but then we look at the Thrall. Now, the Thrall gives me more an idea of a flagellant, but there are definitely some exceptions. Look, for instance, at this HP. 44 at level 2. He starts with 37 at level 0. He outweighs everybody. There is no one that comes close to the Thrall amount of hit points. The Thrall is also quite damaging. Now, he does have the amazing quirk here, Prismatic Force, and I gave him quick reflexes to be a little bit faster. And, well, his Crimson Core trinkets, because yes, these mods have their own Crimson Core trinkets, and their Color of Madness trinkets, and their own True trinkets. Once again, Marvin Seo, thank you. It's awesome. This guy, well, as you can see here, plus damage versus bleeding. Hey, we can give some bleeds out here with Caltrops, and we can, well, not with this guy, but, well, we can give ourselves bleeding with this, but yeah, it's, extra damage versus bleeding. This can be caused with Caltrops, but it can also be caused by him. So, extra damage towards that. Cool. Plus 4 speed, wow, plus 25 stress. And plus 13 damage on melee skills. Plus 15 accuracy. We also always love that because the Thrall is really, really low on accuracy. Really, really low. It's like the old leper. Which is his main downside, I have to say. His bleed skill chance, which is nice because you get extra damage on bleeding. Crit chance, and again plus 25 stress. We get plus 50% stress using these trinkets. But that's because, just like the flagellant, you only see 4 capping skills. And if I just say Chain the Beast or Dominus, you already get an idea about what this guy is about. He does major damage, and when he gets into a stress state, well, he has a unique state when he is, well, a wee bit stressed. And he takes stress actually from every hit that he gets. So this is a form of a mark party. We have a mark here for extra protections debuff. We have a dodge debuff here. I could equip this and use the protections of the bounty hunter. Well, who by the way also has bleed skill chance, accuracy, damage versus mark, damage versus bleeding, damage versus stun. And he has extra healing and speed and de-stress. These are the trinkets that we are rocking. And I'm going to show you that this group is kind of cool. It's kind of different. So let's go into it. Because I've been talking a lot about the mod without actually doing anything. We're also going into in a dungeon, as you may have noticed, where perhaps we might run into the thing from the stars. This team isn't great against that, I have to admit. By the way, how bad can that become? Well, in case you're wondering, have you lost anyone extra? Yeah, actually one more guy. Apprentice Abomination bled out due to a wound inflicted by a fellow hero. Did I say that I don't like the occultist? No? You must have missed most of my videos. I hate occultists! Now, this isn't entirely fair because I have to say Skytane, he died more or less against the thing from the stars. That fight went horrible and well, just got so much bleed on, and then an occultist healed him for free and bled him, and then boof, dead. Because he also had blight from the thing from the yeah the thing from the stars. So that wasn't very happy. We'll have to see if this team can do better. But we are equipping everything because we don't give a hoot. Because I have money to spare. Like, way too much. But we're also overdoing this now a little bit. And I want some keys anyways along with me. Yeah, this is also not needed. There we go. That is a bit more proper-like. I have money to spare, as I said. Doesn't matter. Got all the Crimson Core trinkets as it is. Soon I want to go into the endless mode, true. But first I want to show off these mods, and then we're going to the endless mode of the Color of Madness. I know I'm way behind schedule and late and what have you not.
Soak the soil, sapping all good life from these groves.
But
Burn out this evil.
I do want to look into that because, well, dangers and all that. And you can see how big this guy is. He's huge. And a Falconer here. As we go walk on a trap, which is apparently the standard for this game. We immediately run into a collector. Well, let's mark him. This is somewhat of a marking party, so unfortunately I can't quickshot him because he's in the front. Well, let's give him less accuracy. And whoop! Did you see that bird moving in? Yeah, it is really awesome. I should have actually checked if I could stun it, but the blow of it. So, let's go for main. I could try and stun him. You know what? Let's do that. Boom. And then we'll see why these two work so well together. Never mind, he's already dead. Why did that work? Do they work well together? Well, where the Falconer feels like a true character, all of this could be just fine in the game. The Thrall, along with the Seraph, feel a little bit less so, and the sisters are really complicated, giving me a little bit out of the mod feel. And here it is because you can stun yourself, and that feels like such a weird mechanic that gives me the this feels like a mod idea, but it's only like in the vaguest of forms. And yeah, that fight went excellent. Just in one round, kill the collector. I mean, the damage output of this guy is like crazy with prismatic force as well. It was excellent that he survived, but yeah, that was the exact same fight in which I lost the Abomination. He survived. And that's good, because the Abomination's chain damage has been lowered, and although it is a true damage character, I would have disliked it if it was on him instead of on the Thrall here. Do notice the animations, by the way, because they're excellent. I'm going to try and show you other ones as well, just for the hell of it. So we just did Gore, and let's do Maim.
Another abomination.
Just a pure fist. Now I can't show you the other one, so let's do this one. That looks a little bit like the Houndmaster does it, but it's still different because look at this bird also. It's just amazing. It just looks already awesome, and that's not even half of it. Whoop! Clear the stuns, and everybody gets a speed buff. I don't need gold. And the Falconer, as you can also see, is quite good at disarming traps, because it may seem as well as the Bounty Hunter, but this Falconer is level 1. This Bounty Hunter, is also level 1. Never mind. I thought he was level 2. I thought he was level 2. So I sound for a bit praising the Falconer a bit more than I should have, but eh. Ooh, you don't want to be surprised by this team, boys. Because that means death. Death and decay. Oh, that was a very low hit. Well, that brings us to Quickshot.
Executed with impunity.
And yes, they all have their own crit buff mechanic, and for some reason the one on the Falconer lasts a little longer, which I don't know why. I mean, the buff to speed is from himself. Don't think that is wrong, but there's actually an interesting thing on the Thrall here, that he actually gets a debuff on a crit. There's a little bleed. That's fine. Here, kill him with a mark.
Destroy them all.
Don't need that. We need 100% of room battles, but I'm going to do 100% of dungeon for you. Well, that is my goal. Why do I even click on that? We don't need the trinket. There we go. Get some food, and then we get some room for taking a few stuff along with us. We already got 3,500. So, spiders. Let's do this.
Press disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
What it does is a random target will be chosen. They have a stun effect on them, and they can be shoveled. Now, currently we are better at on melee due to the trinkets that we've given him, the Crimson Core trinkets, but yeah. Oh my, bounty hunter! Are you alright? You're not doing so great. Wow, a bite did not go to a marked target. That's amazing. Kill him again with a merc. Just because we can. We'll have to eye thief again. Oh, we could have also buffed speed. That might have been better. Yeah, that now definitely seemed like that would have been better. Oopsie. Oh, nice. There's a crit. And here you can see plus 10% stress. But there is extra damage. And this I will take along because I live currently to get some more heirlooms. My buildings aren't finished yet. I have built a lot of districts, mind you. But yeah, that I can definitely use a little bit of additional force with. So now let's use this, though I am hoping for a secret room. Oh, that's no bueno. That had to be heirlooms. Did you not get my memo, game? I need heirlooms. Also getting a lot of food activations.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Now I have to admit, showing off the mods this way with all these grand items, the classes probably look a little stronger than they might effectively be. But all of these characters have the availability to have these amazing classes. Yeah, this is the one problem. So let's do Tremors and have hope that it goes right, and it did. So we're gonna use Caltrops, killing her, and then for once let's mark. Now there is no great. The debuff here is accuracy. It isn't a debuff that helps you strike a person better. So in that sense, it's a little bit of an unorthodox marking. It's the only marking that I know with an accuracy debuff attached to it, but I like it. Unfortunately, it did not help here, but you need to die. Bye-bye. 13 damage. And goodbye. You are gone. Groping swipe. Okay, we need a little heal. 19. The risk reward of the occultist. You love him when he does well. You hate him when he doesn't.
But a victory nonetheless.
There aren't that many blockages. 1, 2. I think I can do without 4 additional shovels. Perhaps I might not do the whole dungeon in the way of that I will go in every freaking corridor, but
are often low on supplies.
Fine, you bastards. We'll do it like this. We're surprising everybody. That's possibly due to this trinket. Minus 10 chance for us to be surprised, not to surprise the enemy though. But there is an additional scouting chance, which I'm certain will help here. 6 to 10, 4 to 7. Nice maximum damage. Or damage, as some people would like to say. Good, mark him so that we get extra damage for the bounty hunter. Doo-doo. Bye-bye.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Should let the Falconer interact with Curio, that you can see also that animation. As I am trying to show it off. There we go.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles. paid for in blood.
We have enough food. We can do without a bit of food. There we go. Nope, not yet. I am starting to gather them, but in order to just get them out of the way, but not yet needed really. I guess we'll first do our first camping over here. So, what can these guys do with regards to camping skills? By the way, once again, look at these all unique type of animations and things looking. It's awesome. So this guy can get himself a lot of stress and de-stress everybody. This is a better skill than you might think. Once again, because if he gets stressful, he goes into this unique state of him, in which he does, by the way, I think his speed goes up, his damage goes up, and I believe his accuracy takes a -10 penalty. So he really becomes this guy of massive damage, but just raging on and having a hard time to hit things. It's an interesting affliction. It's, well, like I said, it reminds me the most of the flatulent. But here they are: prevent the nighttime ambush, plus 15% scouting chance. Once again, feels a little bit like the Houndmaster here, but camouflage, dodge and accuracy, and monster surprise. So this is more of a damage buff, or well, to hit buff, but it helps with damage. We can scavenge. This is random amount of food, not random amount of supplies, which the antiquarian and grave robber have, which can produce food but need not produce food. So this is an interesting one if you want to go with a little bit less. And here is then the true damage ability target practice. But I'm going to go with heightened senses, because we don't have one over here. We don't have a prevent one over here. By the way, this is one is really weird and awesome. Punching bag, self only, plus 25% damage, but one companion suffers 25 hit point damage, plus 25% stress. You need an adjuster with him. He pairs also quite well with the jester. Yeah, you know what? Let's go crazy. Whoa, damage. And we can scout ahead if we want to. I mean, I can give somebody even more stress, but then I'm going a little overboard with it because we don't have that many. Whatever. You know what? Boom. Have fun. Do not fret what I will do to you. I will not kill you. Boom. Plus 45 damage. Let's get rid of it a little bit. And let's get rid of it a little bit more. Via this. Voila, so that we're not afraid of dying him. That he will die, sorry. And this is how we do it. There we go.
The light, the promise of safety.
Shall we see what happens when you add 45% damage on a character that already has plus 15% damage plus 30% damage versus bleeding? Trust me, the Thrall hits hard, and then and that makes you think of the leper again, because he also has such low accuracy as the leper tends to have. It really feels like a combination of the two, because the leper is also quite tanky, just like this guy. It has a lock on it. All right. Secret room would be good. Heirlooms are good. The rest I just take along because I can. I'll use my last key here, but I'll try to keep one for a possible secret room. Boom! Crit, baby!
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
23 damage. One hit KO. Hey. Alright. Light a torch. And it's not a little stress relief, but it's also a speed buff. So you know what? Let's go with it.
Decimated.
No more stress from you. Run for the old gods. Now, notice something here. That's exactly what I wanted you to do. Not exactly as much. He got stressed because he got hit. And this is a mechanic he has. Not only that, he actually also gets stressed really every time he gets hit. And what I mean by I'm stressing this so much is because he gets also, if he is bleeding, he constantly gains stress. That can definitely be considered a disadvantage of the character. And in that case, if you really want to avoid him going all kinds of mad and stressed out, I suggest you take a Jester with you. I have been able to keep him away from it. From totally stressing out, but... Come on, some heirlooms. Yeah, well... where's some heirlooms? 2 is not a single, so I guess it were some heirlooms. No, because I want to keep 1 key for a possible secret room. And we have enough scouting chance that we should come across it if it is in this dungeon. Bring her to the front, so that we know we can punch. The creatures in this dungeon are dying so quickly that we can't even benefit much from his additional damage for his bleeding. Let's just kill you immediately. Rabbit rush. Yeah, it's fine. We also have a special thing for him to gain to lose like 25 stress. I think we got it equipped on our occultist. Boom! Plus 10% stress, but another additional damage. Won't last, I think, for in here, but it is interesting. No, actually we do. On the first round we will have plus 75% damage on the Thrall. Is natch.
Precision and power. Obliterated.
Would have liked to crit on her, but does she have enough HP? No, she doesn't. 34 damage, not even a crit. Just doesn't matter.
The slow death.
I would have loved to see him crit with that, but then again, you've seen this before with Alien, for instance. By the way, he actually kind of pairs badly with an occultist because he gets stressed every time he bleeds, but I don't have a Vestal in this low level range. Moreover, the good thing about an occultist here is that an occultist can actually, of course, mark. And this is somewhat of a marking party. It works well for the bounty hunter. It works for the falconer. Not incredibly important though, but... And yeah, the rest is a bit of a bleed combination. It's a bit half and half, I have to say. Once again, it's partially because I wanted to show off a few things. This team isn't like the best composition in the world, and like, oh my OMG, this is so OP.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are
But it's good enough.
and purpose is made clear.
Boom! Oh, no stress relief. Also, I love how that man looks. By the way, you know what? Just to show off some other skills, I'm just gonna have some fun here. And yes, that is much like the leper. It heals. Though it only heals but 1, so it is actually really just to get him off death blow. But it's minus 50% stress. That for the rest, there's a buff for minus 50% stress. Sorry, I should really explain this correctly. And it gives minus stress, so that is why it reminds me a little bit of the leper. So Thrall, leper, flagellant combo, falconer, and Isis of the Dawn. Don't get me wrong. Once again, oh, he didn't get stress for that hit. He always takes stress from everything. At least that's what I thought he did, or now I'm starting to doubt myself. Oh, whatever. Kill. Death. Murder. Murder, death, kill. Doesn't matter which order it is, right? Man. They must have hidden the good loot in another dungeon. I know this is an apprentice level dungeon, but still, come on. Give me something here. Give me something to work with. Make it interesting for the folks. So, let's start using some different skills. Animosity. Plus 25% stress, marking, but we get a riposte up. So, let's use that one for a moment. Then there is Savagery. Damage buff, plus stress, minus accuracy. is a little bit like the revenge of the leper. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm focusing on it, but once again, this is a leper flagellant combination with some additional bits and pieces. This feels like an arbalist houndmaster combination with its own little pieces, and it works. It works. And that simply has to do because there are like 4 different types of characters. You have support, you have damage, you have... Can I freaking hit the torch? Thank you. That torch did not want to come along with us. And you have a healer, and I say that that's different from support because I feel like a support is a character that is capable of stress healing or debuffing or what have you not. And then you have the tank characters. And yeah, just like the leper, he is part tank, part damage dealer. I mean, we did buff him like crazy on purpose now, just to show him off. But yeah, and that skill, what is so good about it is also that it gives a bonus. You know what? Let's do animosity, just to frickin' show it off. Just using different skills to show them off. Did we? No, we did not do that for you. So we should do that the next time after this fight. Give you some different skills. We did. Yeah, we did show this one off once. Oop. Nope. And we showed that one off. We showed that one off. Oh, we really should show another one off. Kaboom. And then he stuns himself, which is why it's so good to pair him with the Falconer. Because of its unique skill to remove stuns of a party member. So that's why they do work well together. Savagery, I explained that one already. Trample, yeah, I can't really show that one because then he needs to be in the back. He hits the free front, has a great knockback, and he just moves forward free. Just to make sure that he's always in the front. This is more a little bit like the Holy Lands of the Crusader. If he comes in the back and you need to have him in front, then go forward. Biggest disadvantage for us is the Holy Crusader's charge attack or land? No, I don't know the exact name right now, I'm sorry. But that can be used on the 3rd position. This one can only be used on the 4th position, and that is kinda poop. In my humble opinion, I mean... no, that's why we left them, because we have more than enough food. I was just curious, what did I leave behind there? Could it be important? But the answer is no, it's not important. Oh yeah, we said that we would change your skills. Let's do some damage. And we'll do this one. There we go. And once again, I'm not going to do Fleeting Escape, because I'm not supposed to be in the front. But it's nice that there is an escape skill to handle shuffling. This is kind of interesting. These two really don't want to be shuffled that much. Though you can put him in the 2nd position with and then use a lot of... sorry. There is a trinkets for him, which gives the Falconer damage if he's in the 2nd position. But you can't use Quick Shot, and you can't use Volley from there. So the only thing you can do is Fleeting Escape, but that has like minus 80%. You can use Flurry, but it has a minus 80%. As Eye Thief and Spirit of Cry. I really feel that trinket is kinda off. It's like one of the few trinkets that I'm like, 2nd position? Why not 3rd or 4th, which is a more comfortable position for the Falconer to be in? Which is unlike, for instance, the Sisters, which move through the entire length of the... Oh, that's kind of bad. Oh, it's only Blight. Okay, cool. Not a disease. The Sisters, they move all the way down the party line. And the Lamia also moves up and down the party order. So it's kind of cool that both of them are present. Both of them are in his mods. So I think that is really, really cool. And well done. But yeah, that's why I'm like a little bit... Why would you put him in the 2nd position? I will show that trinket in a moment. Just to show you that I'm not lying to you. Ooh, that's unfortunate because the bleed is at 2. Yep. You know what? Let's do Animosity. It marks myself. We know that these front guys like to attack. Yeah, rent the mark. So, boom. There we go. Yeah, and there he now takes stress damage again. So I have no idea why I didn't go with that. Perhaps it has to be a partial amount of percentage from his hit points. I so hate it when stress damage is applied when it's like nothing to the character. Like nothing at all. I had... Oh, oops. I had a shield breaker who had used her skills to, well, not die, or not get damage, sorry, not die, not damage, and still did stress because it was critical. So let's just show off volley fire. Boop. 2 things killed in 1 blow. And now you don't take stress. So I think it depends on how much damage it is versus his hit points then. I even learn as I'm showing off the mod. There you go.
Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Don't really need that anymore. We have enough. I don't like these things. Don't really like to use them. So we use now volley fire. We use animosity. I'm going to go back to Dominus. Because even if his affliction is like the... Oh, and now he did take stress. Is there just a chance to it then, I guess? There's just a chance to then, I guess. Yeah, well, whatever. Let's do this. What I was about to say. What was I about to say? Although his infliction has a pro and a con, and it's not like all terrible, like with the regular afflictions of the game, I still don't like to give him the affliction, just like I don't like that for the flagellant. So that's why I'm doing it. I do want to kill you before you start firing. So you know what? We're going to do volley fire. And kill you as well. Please leave a corpse, thank you, because then you don't do escape cloud, which will happen in the second position. That's unfortunate. Certainly if it's a double crit.
A momentary abatement.
That heal. Boop. That's a bad position to put someone in. Fine, we'll volley fire again. Seeing we have a moment to ourselves. Yeah, this I don't get. Why does he heal 2 hit points here? I don't know. I don't assume that Marvin Seo will look at this, but it says literally heal 1 HP and then it does 2, and I have nothing to buff my heal skill with, so I have no idea, and it wasn't a crit. But that happens to me more often. Also with the Lamia, sometimes her heal is stronger than you would expect. Let's do Flurry for once. Once again, Shovel, move resistance, stun resistance, and an accuracy debuff. I should put that once again better because I'm doing it wrong again. Stun and movement debuff and a minus accuracy debuff. I can't gore here. I'm gonna have to do it like this because the rest are all corpses. There we go, nice stun into the front. Boom! Now there we go. I have no scout. I'm gonna take a risk here. You know what? F the secret room. We don't need a secret room. We are awesome the way we are. We're running at the end of the dungeon. Let's get some loot.
A spark without kindling is a goal without hope.
I could do abandon all hope, but that would now be a semi-pointless. So we are going to increase the scouting chance like crazy, although we don't have a key anymore, so it wasn't as necessary. No, let's give the resistances.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
And then we walk into a trap. You know what? Time to put in the skills that I enjoy again. Although I am always wondering for a spirit cry because the stress heal is so low, and I understand why it is because it gives a guaranteed buff and clear stun. So it's not like a super stress heal or a focus stress heal. of a Jester, and it isn't the group stress heal of the Houndmaster. So it's fair and balanced, but it's like, Flurry, when do I need this? I mean, I do have stun skills in this group, so that's why it's good, but I also like Mark here. In that case, I have, as I said before, this isn't the best group regarding this location. Yeah, let's just do it. It is more like a group of things that I want to show you and that have some synergy with one another, but there are definitely better combinations because I'm doing a little bit jack of all trades here, that everything works a little bit. If I removed him, then I wouldn't need the mark, and I mean, he can mark, but that's handy for the rest. It's not like it's needed in order to do things. And then I meant the Occultist. The Occultist can mark, which is nice for in this group. So it is a bit of a mark party. There are 3 that that benefit from it, 3 that can do it. But yeah, and the clear stun is awesome. But the lowering stun resistance would help as well if I used for him the uppercut, for instance. Oh, a rare, not so good hit there. Let's knock you out of the way.
Well struck.
Nice. Good amount of hit points and damage there. But then this happens. Dodge it. Ah, too bad. Because I gave you a lot of additional dodge. I gave you 18 additional dodge, I believe. Yeah, 18 additional dodge, so... Would have loved it if you would have dodged that. Stun. Awesome. And the fact that it also shuffles is just so nice. Because normally he can't hit the back, just like the Leper can't. And the Crusader not if he's properly in the front. So it's cool that his stun also actually moves things forward and around. Often bringing people to the front. That's just damage with the mark. But I am going to try and stress heal a little bit more. Because we have more than enough people to kill this thing dead. And we have a nice fountain here. So boop. There we go. Stress done. Nothing? Well, that is a boring corridor. Come on, I can find some loot more. I've started too late with starting to loot the place. I've been very... Okay, I see that there's a sign. There is a secret room here somewhere. You have just yet to find it. Which would be in this area or... No, they're just messing with my head. Fine, have it your way, Darkest Dungeon. We need to end the video anyways. I hope you enjoyed this look at the Falconer and the Thrall. You saw his damage potential, his abilities that I tried to show you. I tried to show it here of the Falconer. And I hope to see you in the next one, where I will try to show you of probably the Lamia compared with the Seraph, or the Lamia compared with the Sisters. Because those two can move around a little bit. But we'll have to see what I do. And then after that, definitely comes the last class as well as the Endless Mode. So we still have a few episodes to look forward to. I say thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty.